I said, plug me in. I got stuff to talk about, damn it. I'll call out of my earbuds once a week to give you a show. That's what I do, folks. I do this show for the common man, for the people in despair. I bring this show into the world and I sell it everywhere. The simple truth lies waiting here, folks, for all of you to share. Hold on, I will take you there. Hey, what's happening? Mike Schmidt, 40-Year-Old Boy Podcast. I have no idea if this is working. I don't know if you're hearing my voice. I don't know if my voice is being put on tape or wherever the fuck it's being put, because here I am in the oldest building in Hollywood with our good friend Lily Von Stupp. Hey, Lily.
Hello.
We're back. We're recording. And look, I know you guys are tired of sound talking about stuff, and I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying now. I know you're tired of me recapping there's a movie called Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This show is now called Microphones, Zip Discs, and Telephones. I mean, because I don't know how to record this show. And you know what's funny is, like, I've felt for 7 years that I need Lily. In my mind, I need my Lily. I said it before on other shows. I need my Lily to help me record a show, damn it. And year 7 has proven I can record this show anywhere. But it has also still driven home the point, I need my Lily to record a show. Ha. But I can do this thing anywhere. And that's fascinating to me. And I should tell you this also. I'm on a tightrope here right now. Like, I'm kind of Walendaing this show, and here's why. Because this has to be a one-take deal. Like with my phone. Remember how I can break it up into the chunks and stuff? Well, I can't even do that this time. Because I came to fucking Lily's house to record, and we're using her computer, her lovely computer, the as I like to call it, the click station. But because, all right, last week we recorded on zip discs at our friend David's house. And then we recorded on the phone. We've been all over the fucking place. And now we're back in the oldest building in Hollywood recording on the Click Station, which, by the way, is my favorite Robert Palmer project. Robert Palmer's solo work I did enjoy, but the Click Station, I'm on board. You know why? Because some like it hot. And some sweat when the heat is on. That's from the Click Station. So I am here now. We've recorded on fucking zip discs. I've recorded on a phone. Today, I arrive in the oldest building in Hollywood. A skosh late, I will not lie. Skosh? What is a skosh? I was supposed to be here around 2. I got here at like 2:20. But in reality, I was supposed to be here at 10:30 this morning, and my friend Lily texted me and said, I had to change it to 2 o'clock. And look, I'm at the mercy of this stripper. As has been the case with most of my life, if a stripper tells me something, I have to agree. Really, anytime in my life a stripper has broached something and said, this is the way we're doing things, I have to go, yep, no problem, and just shrug and go along with it. This happened at the Crazy Horse, too. It was funny, when Jill and I were in Las Vegas, we saw billboards for Crazy Horse and Crazy Horse 2 and Crazy Horse 3. And I'm driving. I said, hey, we should go to the Crazy Horse 2. And she's like, yeah. And I go, you know what? I'm actually a member there. And she said, what does that mean? I said, well, when I went there a long time ago, I was going to say as a kid, but I went there a long time ago. And one night, the cover was $5. But, you're checking the machine. Is the machine working? Well, I'm worried about this machine. Before I get into that, all right, because here we're recording dudes.
I want to hear about the Crazy Horse membership for $5.
I told this story. So it was like the Crazy Horse, the membership was $5. And it was like you had to get in. The cover was $5, but if you paid 10, you got a lifetime membership to the Crazy Horse 2. I have no fucking idea what that entails. I don't know. I've never received a newsletter. Not once have my dues come due. I can tell you this, though. The decoder ring was very fancy, and I don't want to tell you where I had to wear it. However, the Crazy Horse 2, so I paid, me and my buddy Sam, we paid the $10 to get in, and that was the night, I think I've talked about that on here, where Sam was like really good looking. He looked like Freddie Mercury. He was like a really good looking dude, kind of an overbite, and just, fucking, good looking guy, huge cock. And then fat me, who just like closed, I would talk to the strippers all night long, and then he'd close the fucking deal. It drove me crazy. But I mean, I would talk to strippers, and I'd always be the guy who got their real names. It was like, oh, Tempest, what's your real name? Sue. You know what I mean? It was like that sort of thing. So I was always that guy. I would break through and I'd make them laugh and all that, and Sam would just sit there and like radiate machismo. And then eventually he'd wind up with one of them on his lap, and I'd be in the fucking hotel going, this is awful. What happened to me? Do me a favor, fuck her loud so I can jerk off and pretend that it's me. Is that okay? So anytime, like when strippers call the shots, I have to be involved. So I told Jill, I'm like, yeah, I'm a member at the Crazy Horse too. And she literally just stared at me like, I don't know why the fuck you're telling me this. I don't know why. And I explained to her I had to get I got a membership card. And I think I still have it. That's the weirdest part of the whole thing. This happened in fucking 1991. So that's what, fucking 24 years? And I still have the goddamn cardboard membership card, hoping beyond hope that someday I'll show up and I can just present it at the door. I want to see what happens. I think I'm going to wait till the 25th year. That's what I'm going to do. I've got it. I'm going to wait till the actual 25th year. So that'll be next year. And I'm going to show up at the door and just flash it and see what the fuck happens. What if the whole place goes crazy? What if there's chicks on fire poles and they come down and they just pin me down and they gang fuck me? How great would that be? God damn it. Maybe that's the plan. You know what they're banking on? Because that's the 25-year prize, but they're banking after 25 years you can't get it up anymore. They're like, nah, this guy's not going to be interested in strippers. He's going to be married and he's going to have kids and he's going to have a life. Wrong on all counts. Well, I got a life, certainly, but I mean, I don't know if it's the life that you thought I would have with a backyard and a kid and a tricycle. Actually, I got to tell you, there was an incident with a backyard and a kid and a tricycle, but I shouldn't get into it. That sounded awful. Sorry. So we're fucking recording on another bullshit thing. I don't even know what the hell to do. It is to me. You know why? Because this used to be a show that had pride. This used to be a show that had a mixing board and all sorts of bullshit and a goddamn microphone. Well, so what? You can't mix it. It's got a mixing board, but you can't mix anything. It's more board than mix at this point. And so I have to sit here and now here's what happened, folks. I haven't been here in a while. It's been a couple of weeks. Last week we were talking on zip disks over at David's house. And so now I'm here, and Lily's like, get here at 10:30, and then at 2, and everything's switching around, and I'm like, all right, fine. And then I get in the car, and I get over here, and also I'm a little out of sorts because my girlfriend is sick, so I don't know what to do with that. She was in the hospital today, and that's, dudes, let me tell you, there's no better feeling than when you're 3,000 miles away from your girlfriend, and you can't take her to the hospital. Oh my God, is that fantastic? When you can just sit in your house and worry. Oh, dude, is that the best? It certainly is. When you get a text from your girlfriend with an IV in her arm and she says, don't worry about it. Yeah, there's nothing more comforting than that. God knows I felt great about it with my savior complex and my white knight bullshit. So, and again, it's that thing where she's just like, I don't want to worry you, but I got to keep you updated. And yes, you got to keep me updated, but I'm going to worry. That's the weirdest. You ever had that argument when you're just like, she's like, hey man, don't worry about me. And I'm like, hey, I'm totally going to worry about you. And then it spirals off into a 9-hour discussion about why you care and she thinks you shouldn't. You know what I mean? It's like, what is the point? Honey, I love you. It's okay for me to worry about you. No, I don't want you to worry about me. I can get through this. Yes, I know you can, but it would be much easier if we got through it together, right? If I held your hand or some cool stuff was happening. And she's just like, I'm fine. Because Jill is fucking, that's when Catfight Jill comes out, man. That's when Catfight Jill shows up. Whenever there's any hint of like weakness where she's sick or she's got the flu or she's got the sniffles, and I'll be like, oh, honey, can I get you some medicine? I don't need medicine ever. Okay, no problem. I will punch this cold in the face. All right, baby. I love you. If you'll need me, I'll be over here pretending I'm not a cold. She's just furious at germs. She can't, like, she hates... My wife, you know, she's like Arlie Ermy from fucking, from Full Metal Jacket, where she despises weakness at all costs. But he hates it in other people. She hates it in herself. Like, she can't show one scintilla of any sort of being worried or sick, or she can't let down for a second because the entire world is counting on her to still be Jill at all times. And it's like, honey, it's okay. They prescribe medicine for a reason. She had a headache on the couch one time, and I'm like, honey, can I get you some aspirin? She's like, no, I'm good. And then she like literally like touches her temple, and she's like, like in a headache commercial. Literally like out of a headache commercial. And by that I mean a commercial for headache medicine, not a commercial for headaches, because I don't know who's buying those. You get them for free, and then you try to get rid of them. Nobody's buying a fucking headache, folks, unless you count a Buick. But she's like, she'll be on the couch and she's like, she's in pain. Like, and I'll be like, hey, honey, can I just take some ibuprofen? And she's like, nah, I'm okay. And she's in the fetal position and I'm just like, honey, can I rub your stomach until you feel good? Or like maybe the sick genie pops out of you and he floats away back to his bottle. I mean, honestly, because I just want to take care of her. That's all I want to fucking do. And like I said, certainly I get extreme with it. I want to put her in a snow globe and keep her there where nobody else can see her except me. I mean, that's probably wrong, right? I'm going to go ahead and say that that's probably way too extreme and obsessive. But it's me. I'm willing to admit that. I'm self-aware enough to admit that I don't ever want her out of my sight. That sounds fucking terrible. I don't mean it like that in a mean way. I mean, I want to be with her all the goddamn time. And you know what? That's heightened by the fact that we're not together. The fact that she's there and I'm here, that heightens the fact that when I see her, all I want to do is just fucking cling to her like a goddamn koala bear and bite the leaves out of her hair. Don't even ask how that happened. But that doesn't change the fact that she doesn't want to take medicine ever. Dude. Last week, I'm at Mex's house recording, right? And I get a text. And it's her fucking arm. It's an IV. And I had told, it's funny, I had told her before I left, I go, honey, I'm going to be in the studio a lot, so I won't be able to return your texts or phone calls right away, but I'll get to you when I can. So what she took that to mean was, never talk to me again. And I'm like, honey, I love you. It's okay. We can talk. But she does that thing where she doesn't want to be in the way. And I'm like, you're not in the way. I'm just telling you that, if I can't answer you, it's because I'm in the studio. And so sure enough, the one time I took the phone in the studio all weekend, I did not have the phone with me all weekend in the studio, but I brought it down because we were going to take photos and we were going to goof around and take some pictures. And I had it on silent and it's next to me and we're talking and all of a sudden it lights up and all I see is an arm with blood and a needle. I'm like, all right. Either my brother went full-blown heroin and bought a phone, or this is something I need to worry about with my girlfriend. So I pick it up. It's from her. And again, my favorite thing is the text. It just says, don't stop what you're doing. Just updating you that I'm in urgent care. Everything's going to be fine. I love you. But an arm with like literally a blood vial and there's like 9 tubes coming out of her arm. There's a priest. He's got a rosary in his hand. There's a doctor with his head in his hands just like, oh no, we've never seen anything like this before. That's all in one photo. And luckily, she captured all of that in the photo. There's a priest with a rosary and a doctor with his head in his hands. There's actually a sobbing nurse in this fucking picture. It's an arm with blood, a needle, a priest, a nurse fucking sobbing, and a doctor with his head in his hands. Don't worry. Don't stop what you're doing. Everything's fine. So I immediately hopped to it. I'm like, fuck this. I text her and I'm like, what is going on? What's happening? But I don't realize that one of those tubes, those IVs, is like literally just fucking straight morphine. Like they're not even fucking around because she's in such pain. Now I should tell you this. Let's talk about this for just a second. I love my girlfriend. She's fantastic. This pain started in March. March. And it happened when we were in Vegas. It was triggered by a burrito. So we were like, well, maybe you got burrito disease. I mean, I don't know what the fuck it is. Because it happened a couple of times when we had burrito, because there was a Baja Fresh burrito disease. It happened, we were at Baja Fresh, and she's never had Baja Fresh, but she loves burritos and Mexican food, and she likes spicy food. So we bought a burrito and we split it. And then we went out that night, and it was Vegas. We were going out, man. We were going to go out and have some fun and hit the town. And by 8:30, she couldn't move in the car. I mean, like, she's just sitting there, and I'm like, what's going on? She's like, I don't know. I really don't. This is new, and this is something that's not happened before.
This is new.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, well, do you think this will affect the baby? Luckily, it did not.
You're a dick.
Sure enough, I was just there last week. She gave birth to a 4-pound, 9-ounce burrito. She's lovely. We named her Gretchen. So Jill is so sick, like the first night or the second night in Vegas, because the first night was spent in the palatial estate as we took a bath together and looked out amazing windows and then had window washers watch us fuck. That was great. But then the next night is when we went to another room. We went to the pool, and then we split a burrito. We split Baja Fresh. And we have to split food because A, we both eat like sparrows, and B, whatever food she has, she douses in lava. Like she just literally, she's that person who eats hot food. She eats spicy food, and I'm kind of a lady, kind of a skirt wearer. And look, I don't mind hot food. I'll try it these days, and I got a story about that coming up. But But so she, went ahead and she opted for her burrito, and she put a bunch of hot salsa on it, and she ate it, and we went to the pool, and she was having some a little distress, and she was going, I don't know what this is. It's a weird feeling. And then we went out that night, and that's when she was really stricken with it. And this is hours later. So we had to cut the night in Vegas short, and we were in bed by like 9, which normally is fucking awesome. But when she's radiating pain, and I'm just like, oh, honey, are you okay? And I'm trying to make sure she's all right. But then it went away, and so she's like, wee, I'm fine. And I said, but that was a weird-ass pain, right? She's like, yeah, I don't know what it was, but I'm fine, wee. And then 2 days later, it came back again in Vegas. And I was like, all right, well, you need to see a doctor when you get home. And she's like, I love you. I said, yes, you need to see a doctor when you get home, and you should probably even take some medicine. Honey, I love you. And it's funny, I've learned with Jill when we're talking, and sometimes when she says I love you, she's saying no.
Really?
I'm not kidding. Like I'll say something, but it's sweet and it's lovely and she's gorgeous and she smiles, but she'll go, I love you. And I go, that means no, doesn't it? Like I literally, and that's because she doesn't want to say outright no, because no is harsh. I love you is so much better. See, it's like no is the bitter pill wrapped in the I love you of ham. And she puts it in my mouth and I choke it down like a dog. That's right. It's like literally like the no is the horrible medicine tucked deep inside. Yeah, you have to say it, folks.
You're fucking your finger hole.
No, I'm
talking about love in the ham.
I'm pushing the medicine. I'm pushing the bitter pill.
Yeah, that's what you do. You're pushing the bitter pill
deep into my ham fist. That's what I'm trying to do. It is like bacon wrapped poison is what it is. Because she'll be like, I'm like, you need to do this. And she wants to say no, but she's like, I love you, which is fantastic. Because I like hearing I love you better than no. But I've caught on. I've cracked the code, folks. So I'm like, you should see a doctor. And then she got, in Vegas, she was kind of upset. It was coming back periodically. And again, here's the thing. The pain was this weird pain where she would start feeling full. And she was feeling pain in her abdomen and stuff. So what did we do? We ate pasta. Like literally we ate the worst things you could ever imagine for that. As I like I said to her yesterday. So yesterday she's home. I'll just skip to this. She ate rice at the house. She just ate a bowl of white rice and she was in the worst pain she's been in yet. And I was like, oh, I said, just like a bird at a wedding. She said, what? I go, you're like my tiny bird. You eat the rice and then you explode. Oh, honey. And the best is she wrote me back and she's just like, I don't want to be a tiny bird. And I'm like, hey, I said tiny bird, but you're all woman, but you also have the digestive tract of a robin. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. And it's great because it matches your blue toes, which are robin's egg blue for Easter. So what do you got in there? You're reaching, Lily, like, we've reached the part of the show where Lily's going through an old coat's pockets. Like, what the fuck?
I put a coat on
Right?
and I went to just get comfortable, and there's something in my pocket.
It looked like an IUD. What did you just fish out of there?
It's a giant marker.
Oh, same thing. By the way, I have no idea what an IUD looks like. I don't know why I thought that is what an IUD might look like.
This is an IUD. I would be in a lot of fucking pain. This is a jumbo Sharpie.
Okay. Well, all right.
IUDs are like little tiny fish hook things. They look
Yeah.
like a fairy symbol.
Wouldn't you rather have a giant Sharpie in your vagina than a fish hook?
I don't want anything in my vagina right now.
Well, not right now, certainly, but we're talking later this evening.
I don't know. We'll see.
Giant Sharpie, jumbo Sharpie versus fish hooks. Nobody wants fish hooks in their vagina. I can't imagine. Look, I don't have a vagina. I'm going to talk to you. And vaginas are strong. I mean, they are
That's
strong
right.
as
They
fuck.
can take a beating.
Well, yeah, and they spit out giant kids and basketballs and tennis balls. I have the internet.
They spit out tennis balls.
Dude, I saw Belladonna fucking, she literally, she put a fucking Louisville Slugger inside of herself and coughed it out. I mean, it was like that. So vaginas are rough and tough, man. I know that. But I still have to think nobody wants a handful of fish hooks in there, right? No, that's fucking grim. On the list of things you want inside your vagina, check that. On the list of things you don't want inside your vagina, I got to throw fish hooks in the top 5. You know what? I throw fish hooks at number 3. You know what 1 and 2 are?
What?
Fish and hooks. I don't want fish in my vagina. I don't want hooks in my vagina. And I definitely don't want fish hooks in my vagina. That's my top 3. I got to probably work a snake in there.
No, don't work a snake.
Well, yeah, good point. He's number 4. I meant work him into my list.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to work my snake into my vagina. That's not going to work out at all. Although they're cold though, right? They're not.
I don't know.
Snakes are cold-blooded.
I don't want to think about that.
I once watched an entire Sunday of NFL games with a snake around my neck. Jail was
Messing a necktie or something?
jail was rough. So anyway,
That's horrible.
it was so bad. I call it a snake. You know, you call it a pearl necklace. We'll split the difference on it. All right, so, so I'm hinky about this show here because we're recording on a fucking like another. I don't even know because I've recorded on all sorts of different things. On this is what is this thing called?
It's a Tascam handheld recorder.
All right, so it's a handheld deal.
Yeah.
And so I hope the show is coming out. I hope so. I don't even know if my voice is being transcribed or if you're able to hear me.
Yes, we're transcribing it right
Let's
now.
do
We're
that.
not recording it. We're transcribing your podcast.
That was an idea like the second year. Remember we were going to do that? You know what's funny? Our friends Hannah and Liana, not Liana Dixon, a different Liana maybe. Liana, who saw me in New York or Toronto. I forget where Liana saw me. But Liana and Hannah were like, you know what? We're going to totally tackle your show, man. We're going to make show notes. And yeah, that did not last long because they realized, oh my God, this motherfucker will not shut up. And who wants to type out the list of things I don't want in my vagina? Absolutely nobody, right? That can't be worth it. Even a typewriter would just sigh. Like a computer would just be like, are you seriously typing the list of things Mike Schmidt, the podcaster, doesn't want in his vagina? And you know, I don't know why you're having that conversation with a sentient computer. And there are so many other things to ask it, wouldn't you think? If we discover AI, do you really want to have a discussion with it about the things I don't want in my vagina? I don't think you do. If Skynet goes live, if Skynet goes online, actually, no, that's a pretty good way to distract Skynet from bombing the world, from ruining everything. We need to send John Connor back in time with a list of the things I don't want in my vagina, and he can have a conversation with Skynet. Done. There you go.
You should just get him to play tic-tac-toe.
No one wins.
So we now have burrito disease and things I don't want in my vagina for possible titles.
That second one's long.
Or categories on Jeopardy. I don't know which.
I'm going to throw this. You know what else is on the list of things I don't want in my vagina? Burrito disease. We just grouped the whole fucking thing together. I just tied this whole show up in a goddamn bow. Take that and run with it. So the thing is, we're talking on this little stupid computer thing, this nonsense handheld recorder deal, and you might hear some mistakes on this show. You might hear a lot of ums, or you might hear me pausing a little bit because I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Because I have to continue to talk because there's not enough tracks on this. It was like at Mex's house last week. We could not stop.
Well, I can stop. I just prefer not to.
Well, I understand that. But I mean, like at Dave's house, we couldn't talk. Like I had 45 minutes on each disc and I had to talk and we just kind of talked. And also, it's hard for me to keep talking and then stop when there's another dude in the room who's actually still talking. Like he might have something to say. So like, it's like, hey dude, pick up your end and I'm going to sit here and pretend that I know what I'm talking about. But here, as we speak, I have to kind of hit, what the fuck? This is way too much inside baseball for you people. Nobody cares. But the point is I'm uncomfortable. That's all you need to know, folks, because once again, I have no idea if you're going to get a finished product or what it's going to fucking sound like. Will it be clicking? Will there be task camming? I don't fucking know. I don't know what the task cam sounds like. We did fucking sound checks on it, and I will tell you, here's how I got in trouble today. Let me just tell you this story. Lily, as she had to dig for this fucking thing, we went down to her car to find it. It wasn't there. We came upstairs. We're rummaging through the oldest building in Hollywood. She knew it was in a black travel bag. She's looking for that in a house filled with black travel bags.
Yeah, I know.
I'm surprised it wasn't in the pocket of that coat, actually.
Right? You know, it's a little big.
It is big. So she fishes out the bag and she's like, here it is. And she takes it out. And this thing looks like a fucking weirdo stun gun, man, because it's got two microphones at the top that look like tiny little snare drums.
To you, they do.
They do. Look at the silver. Look at that fucking thing.
Yeah.
So, but at the top, but they're angled toward one another, so they look like a fucking cattle prod. Like you could zap somebody with it, you know. So that's what I kept saying. And I'm telling her, I'm like, what is this thing doing? And how does it look? And where's it going? And then she's like, shut up, because I'm trying to fix it. So I had to sit here, and she's like, I need your headphones. I need to make sure how this sounds. And I gave her my earbuds, and then she was actually going to put them in her filthy ears. And I'm like, that's not happening ever. So she's like, well, then you listen. So she kept doing sound checks, and I'm dumb, and she's telling me, she's like, go ahead and talk. So when we do the sound checks, one day we'll just release all the sound checks because I know she's saving them because she has to document all my brilliance. So she's doing the sound check, and she kept doing this to see if we could hear it in both ears, and this is what I kept doing. This is what she did. And I would go, she keeps a Moet and Chandon in her pretty cabinet. And I mean, every time, what did I do it 5 times?
At least.
But the best part is, like, I knew from the jump she didn't want me to do it.
Yep.
Like, because the first time I did it, she's like, she keeps a Moet, and then she looks up at me with this face like, seriously? Really? You know I'm doing something here that requires silence, and I'm like, dude, you can't snap your fingers 4 times without expecting somebody to bust into Killer Queen. You can't. That's just the way it goes. Keeps a Moet and Chandon in a pretty cabinet. I did it 5 times. By the 5th time, it was like this. She keeps, and then Lily comes in and goes, Moet and Chandon in her pretty, like she just like repeated it back to me in my face, and I there was nothing I could do but laugh. I was like, ah, ha, 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 and it got me to finally stop doing it. But by that time we had sound checks all galore. You know what? Why don't we just release the Killer Queen takes, the remixes? Let's do that. That'll be the show this week. We just go. I don't even know if the Tascam picked it up. I got to be honest. So yeah, I kind of, so I'm a little up. I don't know where we're going with this. I don't know how to record or what to do. I don't know how to talk anymore. I don't know, because last week I'm in a basement and I'm on zip disks. Today I'm in the oldest building in Hollywood. I'm on a Tascam. Sometimes I've been on a phone. What the fuck, man? What the fuck, I say. And I'm out of sorts. My girl is sick, and I don't know what the fuck to do about it. I want to fly there, but even if I flew there, she wouldn't have any medicine. Yesterday, dude, she's in so much pain yesterday. All right, we're talking, and she's like, "Oh my God, honey, it's like the worst pain I've ever felt." And when they let her go from the hospital, I should tell you this. So last week when she went to the hospital, she gets in there, and it's urgent care. So they're looking at her, and I'm kind of trying to get a hold of her, and she doesn't text me back. And then I, of course, spin that into, oh my God, why won't she tell me what's going on? I don't know what's happening. Not realizing she's getting the last rites administered. She's in a goddamn hospital. She got 100 people there, and I'm panicking. And I'm texting her, but again, straight morphine in the arm. She's going to sleep, man. She has no fucking way to tell me what's happening or what's going on. So I texted some of her family members that I have text numbers for, and I got a hold of them. And her youngest son stepped up and fucking took care of business because he's a fucking 30-year-old man. He's literally more mature than I will ever be, and he's only 15. And he took control of the whole situation. He called me. He kept texting me and telling me what was going on. And then I would get periodically just like a bunch of emojis and X's and Z's from Jill, just like, she's just sleeping on morphine, just surfing the fucking the high. That's not true. But she would try to text me. It would be those things that kind of didn't really go anywhere. And then her son would contact me and kind of interpret what she had fucking told me. So the whole time I'm scrambling, trying to get a fucking rental car because I got to get up to where she is and I got to leave Chicago because I was originally going to see her on Monday. And then we were flying back here to LA on Tuesday, and we were going to spend the week together. And we had such plans, folks. You know what we were doing on Tuesday night? We had tickets to see Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow. Now let me tell you something. We also had tickets to see Barry Manilow in Milwaukee. February 28th, I think it was. She and I were going to go see Barry Manilow, and then Barry Manilow gets the flu, cancels his show. I'm in town, and he reschedules it for March 2nd, but I was flying home on March 1st. Manilow, you fuck. So that happens, and then sure enough, I go online and I see his tour dates. April 14th, he's here in LA. So I text Jill and I'm like, dude, do you want to just go see him here? She's like, oh my God, honey, that'd be fantastic. So then I buy the Manilow tickets here, and then fucking she gets sick. Like crazy sick, like awful sick, like terrible sick. Now, some of you out there may be saying, you know what, if she would have seen a doctor in March. Maybe we make that Manilow date. However, she's fine. So basically what I'm telling you is the universe has conspired to keep me from seeing Barry fucking Manilow. That's it. And the universe is a cruel fucking mistress because it went after my girlfriend. Like, it could have come after me. The universe has not affected me in the least. It went after Manilow first and then my girlfriend. I'm taking these as messages from the universe that I need to stay away from fucking Barry Manilow. Who's next? He just got married. Fucking, you know what? The universe is going to take out his husband as a message to me. Barry's not even going to know why. He's just going to be completely sad and cancel the tour. And I'm going to be home just nodding going, I get you, universe. I see you working. And I'll just lean forward like a giant stork bird and I'll say, I see what you did there. And I'll peer in the universe's eye. Right in a lab. So I don't, yeah, it just, I fear for Manilow's family. That's what I'll tell you, because otherwise I'll never buy another ticket to see the man, because obviously I am not supposed to be in the room when he takes the stage. There must have been some like oracle that foretold that I was going to kill Barry Manilow, and he does not want me there, and the universe has decided to step in, right? That's got to be it. Maybe Manilow, you know what? Fuck it. Maybe that's what happened. There was some sort of prediction that like Nostradamus said that a rampaging beast from the Middle West was going to take out that was one of the quatrains. That was, you know what? It's probably the 40th quatrain from Nostradamus. A rampaging beast from the Middle West will take out the glittery show band leader. On stage. Manilow understood it. He wants me out. Fakes the flu. Goes after my girl. Poisons her. You dick. You know what? I did think the counter guy at Baja Fresh looked especially fabulous. I probably should have been suspicious when Jill was coughing up glitter at the pool. Manilow! He's got to hit it on my girl. And you know what? I can't put her in danger because he's ready to take a chance again. I love me. And I don't know why you want to go after Jill, because she came and she gave without taking. And if you don't want her at the show, just send her away. Oh, Barry. So Jill got sick in Vegas, and then I said, see a doctor, and she said, yes, of course I will, never. And now here we are a month later, and we still don't know what's wrong. She she goes in urgent care, and basically they run this battery of tests and are trying to find out what's wrong with her, and they find out that she has a kidney stone. And here's what I've learned about kidney stones. Everybody in the world knows how terrible they are. Everybody. I mean, fucking everyone that Jill would mention it to, she'd be like, oh, I have a kidney stone. And it would just be this, ooh. Like everybody would make that flinchy face. And then she would say, did you have them? And then it would always be, no, but I know somebody who did. So word is on the street that kidney stones are bad. and Jill knows it now. And she knows it because she's experienced it. So when I get to her house, she's like, I have a kidney stone, honey. And they're telling me that I have to just drink water and flush it out and move around and, you know. And I said, well, what else? I go, what's the medicine? She goes, well, they do this thing where they put you in like a hot tub and they bombard you with waves of sound. And then breaks it up, and then it travels out, and then you pass it out of your body. And I said, really? And, you know, because I know how a kidney stone is supposed to travel, and I also know from where it's supposed to exit. So part of me thought I could help in this operation. Well, you know, if I start to inhale a little deeper, I could probably it's like sucking the poison out of a snake bite.
Oh my God. I get what you're saying.
But I don't even have to make the incision. It's pre-made. I just put my mouth in there and start sucking it, and then I eventually spit it out, right? That would work. But that's not only is that effective, it's fun for everybody. Now, the way I do it, it would be. So she's got to move around. She's got to drink a bunch of stuff and stay sort of semi-active. But she's also in pain. She can't move. So they issue her. Well, I will tell you this. They let her out of the hospital on Sunday, and they give her a prescription for pain medicine and a prescription for anti-nausea medicine. So I'm in the car driving up there, and she's like, I don't have any pain meds. I said, why? She goes, well, they gave me a prescription, but everything's closed here. Because Jill basically lives in international waters. I mean, it's just... There are no doctors. There are no buildings open. Jill lives in a Stephen King novel. There is an artisanal chocolate shop, a lighthouse, and Jill's house. That's it. And just a line of suspicious looking dudes who want to try to get into her house. That's it. That's all that's in that town. So I said to her, I go, well, we're texting, and I'm like, well, I got to get you your pain meds. And she's like, it's okay. But I'm in a lot of pain, but I have a prescription. So I start calling around, and I even called the fucking hospital. Like, I called the urgent care center. I go, hey, do you guys have a pharmacy on site? They said, we do, but it's closed. Like, why? You sent a patient home with scripts, but no pain meds. She's in incredible pain. And they're like, well, yeah, I'm real sorry. She can get it in the morning, or there's plenty of 24-hour pharmacies. And I wanted to go, define plenty, motherfucker. Again, my fucking wife lives in chapter 8 of a Stephen King novel. I'm just waiting for a storm to blow through. At any moment, it's carrying LaForge, and he's going to come in and kill a kid in a grocery store. God damn it. I'm waiting for Randall Flagg to show up and knock on the door and has to borrow a cup of sugar. Fuck. So I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. I look around and I use the Walgreens app. I use the CVS. I start calling all these different places. It turns out there's only one place that's 24-hour pharmacy. It's 19 miles from her house. So she's not going, absolutely not. But I'm figuring I will go when I fucking get up there. That's fine. But I got to drive fucking 2.5 hours from Chicago. And Max had to take me from his place to the airport because again, I tried to rent a car. The second I found out about this, it was like 4:00 in the afternoon. I started trying to rent a car. Max apparently lives in a fucking old world town too because nothing's open. Nothing's open. Nobody has a fucking car to rent. Nobody. I called dealerships. Dude, Enterprise Rent-A-Car in Naperville, Illinois closes at 2:00 in the afternoon. What the fuck is your problem? 2:00. They're open from it's like 8 a.m. to 2:00 p.m. Do you think nobody, look, I know on the 7th day Jesus rested, but he's not renting a fucking car. On the 7th day he rested. The rest of us need to fucking get places, man. I don't have a cloud and a fucking powerful dad who can swing me around and throw me wherever the fuck he wants me to go. I don't have a goddamn cross that I can just fucking ride wherever I need to get. Right? Isn't that how it worked? It was like a broomstick for a witch? Yeah. He just sat in a cross and he flew wherever he wanted? All right. Dude, I said we take back that imagery. Did I tell you about that? Or no, I told Jill about it. I wanted to tell Mex about it. I think Jesus has been nailed on the cross far too long. And people are kind of reveling in that.
Should we nail him too?
People are reveling in that imagery far too much.
Yes.
Dude, I think all Catholic churches should take that down and put up a cross with Jesus just leaning against it with his arms crossed. Isn't that fucking awesome? Like I told Jill about it and I thought about it and I'm like, I want to run with this. I think it's so fucking great. Instead of Jesus on the cross and everybody's all sad, just Jesus showing you how cool he is. He's just leaning against the fucking cross just with a smirk on his face yeah, try again, motherfucker. Seriously. Why should he be in perpetual suffering? He should be like the fucking Steven Seagal of the afterlife. He'd just be like, yeah. You never got me down, Ray. That's who he is. He's fucking Jesus LaMotta. That's who he is. He's Jesus LaMotta. He's got to lean against the fucking cross and be like, you never got me down, Pontius. Is that who did it? He washed everybody's feet, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've slept through that chapter. I got lost in all the begatting and I put the book down. All right, so. But I think that's fucking powerful imagery. That would be awesome if Catholics or Christians, whoever the fuck believes in the cross and Jesus and all those dudes, if they went together and said, you know what, fuck this bullshit where he's always sad. Because Jesus is always sad. Or put him on the cross with a big grin. Yeah, that's right. And just, you know what? And fucking Mass, instead of playing all those hymns and all that bullshit that's boring, just play Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar over and fucking over. That's it. That's what Christians should do. Just have fucking Jesus on the cross. He's just fucking looking down with a smirk on his face and just play Hit Me With Your Best Shot by Pat Benatar. I'm livening up this religion, goddammit. I am livening up this religion. And Pat Benatar makes money. And there's nothing wrong with that scenario ever. Ever. Let's give Pat Benatar all the money just for all the times I jerked off to her videos because she didn't wear a bra. Pat Benatar has the smallest breasts. They may be inert, but she had the pokiest nipples in her fucking her old videos. And did 13-year-old me just go to work? God damn it. Any strength I have in my right wrist is courtesy of Pat Benatar's videos. Hell is for children, and so is your video because I'm just going to fucking run off a batch of kids right now. God damn it. There's a video, there's live videos where she's just wearing this bodysuit, Pat Benatar, but it's not like a cat suit. I mean, she's not fighting Batman or anything, but she's got this fucking, it's not Lycra, I couldn't even know what it was. I mean, it was just, it looked, I don't, it's not canvas. Look, I don't know what ladies' clothes are made out of. I have no fucking idea. All I know is whatever it was nipple friendly because fucking up top it was kind of like it was closed, but her nipples were just leaping out of it. Like Pat Benatar was shooting up the charts. She was always an inch behind her nipples. Always. No matter what happened on the charts, no matter how high Pat Benatar rose, she was always an inch behind her nipples, no matter what. Maybe an inch and a half. I am a fan. So, the fuck was I talking about?
I have no clue at this point.
Help me. You're the producer, man. You dug this fucking thing out of your pile of nonsense.
You were talking about Pat Benatar, and you were talking about not being able to get your prescriptions because you had to drive.
Oh, that's right.
18 minutes away. Or
Dude,
18 miles away.
But isn't that a great idea about taking back the symbolism of the cross? Fuck him looking sad all the time, man. If you guys are into this and you should be like, hey, you know what? He runs the show. Then make him run the goddamn show. You already draw him like half a surfer. I mean, what the fuck? Seriously. I mean, the fucking Jesus is dressed up like half a surfer all the goddamn time. He looks like those dudes who would just, you see smoking weed on the beach for no reason. You know what I mean? I deliver food to guys who look like Jesus all the goddamn time. So it's like so draw him, like really put him in awesome situations. And I mean, and don't fuck around. Don't put him on a goddamn unicycle or anything. We're not fucking with Jesus. We want him cool.
I want him on a unicycle. That is cool.
Oh, come on. That is for you and your ridiculous magic friends, of course. But like, if you just had Jesus and, and he's got the hair and the beard and he's got to get more of a tan, like darken his skin up because we know he was black, right? Jesus was totally black. Where's he from? Ethiopia or wherever the fuck? Right? And then he walked across. That's the whole deal. It's like he was born in Babylonia and moved to Arizona. Isn't that what happened? He's got a condo at Estona. I don't know if I can properly ever use words to convey how excited I was when Steve Martin did that on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
I will. Now, are you talking about on the new one?
Oh no, I liked the original.
The original one when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
When that happened, oh my Christ! You know what? I know what Ritalin does to kids because I watched Steve Martin do King Tut on the original Saturday Night Live, and I was, I think I stood up like Curly, and I was just like, just like running in place because I was so excited and didn't know what the fuck to do. It was just like, you ever see, there's a great scene in a show called Soap with Jimmy Bayo. And Jimmy Bayo, Soap is the greatest show. Go watch it, buy it. I have, and come to my house. I have the whole run on DVD. I will sit with you and watch from beginning to fucking end because Richard Mulligan and Ted Wass and Billy Crystal and everybody. Jimmy Bayo is underrated funny. I want to know what the fuck happened to that guy because he is so great. You're going to find him? You're going to Google him up for me? Dude, Jimmy Bayo is so funny in Soap. He's the son. And he looks like this miniature Jay Leno. All this shit is just happening, and he's just rolling with it. So he gets laid. Finally, he loses his virginity to his high school teacher, Leslie. All right, and but he doesn't call her Leslie until he fucks her. But when he fucks her, he's gonna fuck her. She takes him home, and the crowd is like, "Ooh!" Like even Married with Children, they all knew what was going on because it was kind of a hinty, sexy thing. So fucking on Soap, they're at the house, and she's making eggs or something. Like she's in the kitchen, and what's up? You got Jimmy Bayo news for me? Isn't that crazy? Dude,
I had such a crush on him.
Yeah. And he's now old. He's older than us.
There's no references as to what he's doing.
What was the last thing he did? Are you on IMDb or Wikipedia?
I'm going to IMDb.
Folks, we're having a Jimmy Bayo moment. Relax.
We're having a
See, this is not shit I could do if I was on my phone. I'd have to fucking put you guys on hold and look at the phone.
Jimmy the waiter in The Mirror has two faces. That was his last,
96. So we're looking at 20 years.
Where is he now?
Come back to the five and dime, Jimmy Bayo. Jimmy Bayo. Someday I'll be appreciated. Serious. No, I literally, that was really good. Anyway, so nothing. Listen, folks, if you know anything about Jimmy Bayo, fuck if you know Jimmy Bayo at this point, get him in contact with us. I would have Jimmy Bayo on. Wait, hold on. We've got news. Is there Jimmy Bayo news?
Hold on. Stars of TV soaps then and now.
Oh, no. Well, I'm more concerned with now. I'll be honest with you. I know what he did then. And I love that they're calling Soap a soap. It wasn't. It was a sitcom disguised as a soap. But I'll take it if it gets me Jimmy Bayo news. Nothing? Let's just leave it out there. Yeah, fuck slideshows. Yeah, no, don't give them clickbait. Do you think Jimmy Bayo ever knew he'd be clickbait? Even now at 53, is he I know somebody out there is searching for me? I doubt it. So in this scene, he's banged his teacher, and then she's like making breakfast or something, and I can't even do it justice. He walks into the kitchen with this incredibly newfound confidence, and he comes around the corner and he stops, and I think he has a pipe, even like Hefner style, like he's just wearing a silk robe, and he's got a fucking pipe, and he's doing all this shit to pretend he's an adult because he just got laid and he doesn't know what to do with himself, kind of. And so she looks at him, she's like, "Yeah, last night was amazing, Tiger." And he looks at her and he just goes, "This is amazing. This is like discovering America or a third arm or something." And to this day, again, we're talking 30 years ago. He said that, 40, and I still know it. I know the line. "This is amazing. It's like discovering America or a third arm or something." It was just the delivery on it, the thought of it. And even as a kid, I was like, is that what sex is like? I mean, I guess maybe that's what sex is like.
Third arm.
And yeah, and America, all of it. Neil Diamond's America, certainly, but still an America version. So I know I can relate to that because when I saw Steve Martin do King Tut on the first Saturday Night Live, I went out of my fucking mind. I think it did somersaults and just a do-si-do. It was crazy. I hit the fucking ceiling. They had to peel me off. And then when I saw the live special where he was doing it and behind him was Henry Winkler, do you remember that? When fucking, dude, Steve Martin and the Fonz on the same goddamn stage, and Henry Winkler came out and held that fake Egyptian background and literally looked completely bored on purpose and just like bounced it behind him. Holy shit, dude, that's another guy, Henry Winkler. How is that guy not just the champion of the world? Everybody should just give him money. Like, walk up to Henry Winkler and give him $5. I think I've said that about other guys too. But Henry Winkler, we owe him. I owe him so much for all the happiness he's brought me. Dude, there's a scene in Arrested Development where he actually jumps over a shark. And it was the same thing where I was like, the writers and him and everybody is in on it. And it's so great. Dude, is there anything better than self-referential stuff or when shows are brilliant? God, I love brilliance. Isn't brilliance the best? We don't get enough of it. People settle for garbage. I saw last week that Dennis Quaid thing where he's like screaming on a set and everybody made a big deal out of it. And immediately in my head, I went, this is phony. This didn't happen. And sure enough, we find out it's from like Funny or Die or comedy bullshit or whatever the fuck. And they're just like, yeah, we put it out as a viral thing. Ha ha. That's what comedy's evolved into at this point. Literally. The entire world is Nelson Muntz. That's what this entire fucking world has devolved into. There's no more just straight ahead written comedy. It's all like, ha ha, we tricked you with that. Get that? Funny. What are you making a face for? Did I really send you into a Jimmy Bayo hole still?
Totally did.
You got to pull yourself out. You got to grab my hand. You got to grab my hand, Black Soul Man, and get yourself out of there. You got to slap my hand, Black Soul Man. Do I have to close your laptop? Honestly, enough of the Bayo. We've moved on from Bayo. We're on to other things. You're so sad. Well, now I need you. Where the fuck were we?
Here.
Okay.
18 minutes away from Meds.
19 miles away.
19 miles, 18 minutes if you drive fast.
Oh, I would drive fucking fast. Trust me. There's nothing to do in that although there's nothing to do in that town but drive fast, but they don't want you to because there's just signs everywhere, speed limit 25. And you know what? I grew up out there, man, so it shouldn't surprise me, but it does every fucking time. And poor Jill, she's just with me and she just goes, "Honey, it's 25 here. I'm not going to say it again." Like she wants to make sure that she's not bothering me with it. And I'm always like, "Honey, it's cool. I'm glad you reminded me because otherwise I would just drive 70 through this entire fucking state." You know, I mean, and they're always just looking to give tickets. Oh, by the way, let's talk about tickets, shall we? No, let's not. I'm going to pass. I'm having a bad driving month, dude.
Parking or moving?
Dude, you don't want to know.
I do. Just parking or moving?
Moving.
Oh, I want that story.
Even worse. Second in 2 months. I can't go to traffic school. Second moving ticket in 2 months. Yeah. 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Cost me $500. It's fucking that thing where you open the envelope and I just fall to my knees like Willem Dafoe in Platoon. Unfortunately, I don't get the sweet release of death. Sweet release of death. Jesus Christ, I couldn't even spit it out. So that's bad. So how do we get where were we?
You're 18 miles away from Meds.
That is my favorite country song.
18 miles away from Meds?
Yeah, it's a Merle Haggard song if I remember correctly. It would have been a Willie Nelson song, but it would have been much closer. That guy's never more than 2 miles away from Meds. Fuck that. That guy's never more than fucking 5 feet from Meds, right? Willie Nelson at this point, it just if you cut him open, weed would fall out. He's just that guy. You could actually, you could roll up like when he shaves. That's actually a dime bag. You could sell it and smoke it and make it's like it's more powerful than even fucking medical grade marijuana. Any strain. Is there a medical grade marijuana? I don't want to sound like an unhip like narc. All of a sudden that's what because I don't know what the fuck it is. I just totally sound like an unhip narc. Medical grade marijuana, is that good? Because I was going to say weapons grade, but I was like, there's no weapons grade pot, I don't think. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask Paul Goebel because if anybody has it, he does. I told that story on here, right? Where I went to his fucking house and he opened a drawer and it was just full of weed. Like, I mean, and I'm sure I'm going to get him busted now. He's going to get his fucking house raided. But like, it was Halloween. So he went trick-or-treating at the weed dispensaries because they were all giving away free shit. That was the deal. Well, Paul...
He has a weed card. He can have as much weed as he can smoke.
Well, he does. And that is a large number. That is I think the technical name for it is a bushel. I think he has a bushel of weed. Yeah. You know how you usually in the fall you go on hay rides? He's got a hemp ride. He just fucking throws all of his dope in the back of a wagon and everybody climbs on it and gets high. That's it. That's how he does it. But he went, I guess, to all the dispensaries around Halloween, and they were all giving away like free joints or free this, and he's just like, he goes, dude, check this out, and he opens up the drawer. Where are we at? We approaching something rapidly? Okay. And he opens up the fucking drawer, and it just, I mean, it was like I thought he had opened a dispensary. I thought that's what he was trying to tell me. I thought he was going to make a sale. I'm like, dude, I don't know. And he's just like, no, man, everybody gave it away free. So he, I guess, got in his car or hopped on his weed cloud and floated from door to door and just grabbed everything that they were giving. And I don't know if there's a fucking expiration date on it. Like, do you get to smoke weed before a certain time before it goes bad? Is it like milk? I have no idea.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Really? I know you didn't have to say no. You could have played along there. You could have yes-anded me.
Jimmy Bayo got old.
Well, of course he did. I'm really sorry I mentioned him because I lost you for the last 10 minutes. So that's fine.
I'm back. I'm out of the Jimmy hole.
So I had to get her meds, and I, you know, like I said, it was a fucking 19 miles away. I couldn't believe they even let her go without pain meds. She was in so much pain. I get to her house and it was, oh my God, it was so, I walk in to her living room. She's asleep on the couch. And I was trying to be quiet, but she just, you know, once I put my bags down quietly and then I stood over and looked up and she opened her eyes and she's like, hi, honey. That just weak. You know, you never want to see the person you love weak or laid low or in distress. Especially me. Because I have that savior fucking nonsense where I don't ever want anything bad to happen ever. I just want to make sure everything's fine for everybody, particularly somebody who I love. So I wanted, so I didn't know what to do. So I just did this and I rubbed my hands together like Mr. Miyagi and I put them on her stomach and it did not work. No, I said to her, I was like, I hugged her and I found out how she was and she updated me on everything and she had a huge bandage on her arm. And so I said, look, I'm going to go get your meds. And she's like, no, you don't have to. And I said, no, you know, I'm going to get, it's your pain meds and the anti-nausea. I really want to go. And she's like, no, we'll go in the morning. Walgreens opens at 8. And it was already like 1:30. And she goes, I'm fine. I can get through the night. I said, honey, you need these. It's, you know, you're in pain. She goes, I am, but it's okay. And I know better than to argue more than 4 times because I'm not going to win. Because she's catfight Jill. You know what I mean? She's just like, nope. We're good. I'm good. And I constantly want to, like I said, I'm just like, no, you should take the medicine. But then I got to realize, you know, she's not my fucking daughter. You know what I mean? I can't just be like, take this medicine now. So I was like, all right, honey, I love you. And we got through the night. We went to bed. Woke up, went to get the medicine fulfilled. And she told me, she's like, this pharmacy, they specialize in making you feel like a dick.
Why?
She told me, and that's what I said. And she's like, trust me, you'll see. So we went to Shopko with a K, and we dropped the prescription off, and then we had to go and run some other errands. Then we came back to pick up the prescription, and we walked up, and she had told me this, 12 hours previous. But then when we go to pick up the stuff at the counter, we give the name, and the woman goes, "Hold on a second," and she marches to the back. And she comes up and she goes, here you go. This is fine. She gives you, your name and she paid for it. And she's like, is this the card you really want to use? I mean, she was just like, cunt. And it was like, really? Is there a pill back there that'll cheer you the fuck up? Because you are terrible at this. I don't get it. And the thing is, everybody who comes in there is miserable anyway. They're getting medicine, so obviously they're sick. So you're gonna let it rub off on you? Fuck that. You know, and if I ran a pharmacy, I'd just be fucking Willy Wonka. Because I mean, I know I had everything that was gonna make everybody happy, and fucking, I'd wear a big ass top hat, like a weird ass hat, and I'd just be like, I'd sing Pure Imagination. I'd just be a dick, but like an awesomely cheerful, fun dick to make everybody happy and forget the fact that they were sick. Fuck you, Augustus Gloop. Cheer up. I've got medicine for you. I've got pills. I've got handfuls of fucking potions and creams and nonsense. Potions and creams and nonsense? Put it on the list. So, I got to tell you this story. Dude, Jill and I went to a pizza joint. This is like 2 weeks ago. It's not even a story. It's an anecdote. Some place called Sam's. I don't know. It was a pizza joint. But she was like, they have slices of pizza. And she goes, I always think of it, and then we never go. So we walked in. Dude, it was good. It was like, it was weird. It was like, New York folder, big fucking giant triangles that you fold in half and eat. But in, Wisconsin. And I was like, it was really good. It was thin crust. It was good stuff. So we're there, we're eating. And then I had to hit the head before we split. And I go into the restroom. And I'm not even kidding. I open the door. It's a regular restroom. It's a toilet, fucking paper towel sink. And above the toilet, it's just a fucking big picture of Willy Wonka. Like from the chest up. It's Gene Wilder with the outfit on and the top hat. And I took a photo immediately of it in the bathroom. So I took this picture and I just went, and I was going to tweet it, and I was just going to go, I'm in a pizza place in Wisconsin, and this is in the bathroom, and now I want to live here. Like literally, it was just so, because in my head, it's funny because I went this way with it. I was like, I went with the Pure Imagination angle, and I'm thinking I'm like, oh my God, that's kind of fucking hysterical. Like, and then in my head, as I was telling Jill about it, I go, look at this picture. You're not gonna believe that this is, and she's laughing, and she's never seen it. She's like, she doesn't know who the fuck that is, and I'm like, it's Willy Wonka, and there's no reason. She's like, why is he in the bathroom? I go, there's no reason he would be in the bathroom. That's why it's fucking great. It's this weird non sequitur picture on the wall. I said, but there's a song called Pure Imagination, and I'm wondering if it has something to do with that. And then I went, wait, it's a bathroom. Oh, man. If these motherfuckers are going with the Chocolate Factory angle, I hate everybody in this building. Right? And I didn't even ask, at that point, I didn't ask because I didn't want to know. I prefer to think it was just some big Anthony Newley fan who was like, yeah, man, let's throw that up in the bathroom. I mean, I don't know. But in my head, I was like, if this is a Chocolate Factory thing, I'm so fucking mad at this place, I'm going to burn it to the ground. In fact, I'm going to go and throw my fucking boombox through the window. Check that. I'm going to throw my garbage can through the window. Me and Radio Raheem are going to go and close this fucking place down over the Chocolate Factory thing. Him because it's a possible racist thing, and me because I don't like the fucking connotation of the waste. Connotation of the waste? I don't know. Connotation of the waste? Jesus. But which spelling of waste? It could work both ways in a bathroom. So I had to go get this medicine for Jill. We get it loaded up at Shopko. And then the pharmacist comes over, and he's like the voice of reason. They good cop, bad copter at the fucking pharmacy. I'm like, oh, that's fucking weird. And they give her anti-nausea medicine, and they give her Percocets. Ask for them by name. So we go to her house, and I'm there for like a week, and she's in tremendous pain. They give her 12 Percocets, I think it is, or 15, I forget. And I don't think there was a refill. You had to get them. Oh, that was another thing. She told me I couldn't go get the medicine without her because oxycodone they will not give to someone who the prescription's not in their name. That was another reason that I couldn't go in the middle of the fucking night. That's why she convinced me to stay until 8 o'clock in the morning. So now, as I think back on the way I told that story, and I said that she told me no 4 times, and I finally said, oh yeah, no, I realized that I'm not going to win this fight. There was a reason why she told me no 4 times. I'm a fucking cunt. What's wrong with me? Jesus Christ. I made that sound terrible. All right. So that's why she wouldn't let me go, is because it wasn't in my fucking name and they wouldn't give it to me anyway. But I still would have driven the 19 miles just to show I loved her. I'm making an effort. Check me out. I'm awesome. So then we get that medicine and we go home. And she took the Percocets a couple times, and I was there all week, and I think she took 4 over the course of a week. And the best part is she would describe it, and she'd go, oh, honey, my teeth are going away. I'd be like, really? And she's like, yeah, that's like the first thing that goes. Like it starts with numb in the mouth and everything disappears. And then she's just like, yeah, and then I'm just happy. I said, all right, well, good. And I wish to tell you this, I was at Mex's house, and when they told me that she said she didn't have any pain meds, I asked Mex's wife, I'm like, do you happen to have any like Percocets or Valiums or Vicodins around here that I could take? And I grew up in a house where my mom basically had them in a gumball machine. And to this day still does. Like if you go to my mom's house and you're in pain, she'll just go, oh, here, well, and she'll give you a handful of Vicodin. I mean, it's just, she just has them from years gone by. You know, she has Vicodin when it was still using the European spelling. You know what I mean? Like that sort of thing. It's just back when the actual medicine bottles were green instead of brown, you know, she just has that stuff in her shelves. So I just assumed that's the deal. Because I had Vicodin in my freezer for the longest time from an old fucking, I forget what it was, from like 10 years ago. I finally threw it out because I'm like, whatever, I should just given it away. But again, it's that thing where, so my mom has them, I just assume. So I asked Kristen, I'm like, hey, do you have any Vicodin or Percocet or Valium that I could take? and I mean, you know, I've known Kristen for 30 years, you know. I've never seen this look on her face when she looked at me, just this, because it was the casual shorthand of asking for drugs, because I just assume everybody has fucking Valium in their house. I mean, that's the thing. But she looked at me like, and she just goes, no, like just like full of contempt and disgust, but not really, just mainly full of shock that I would think that they would have it lying around the house, but they don't understand. I grew up in a house where my mom took Vicodin by the snow shovel full. I mean, she was, I mean, and I mean, whether she took it for recreation or medicinal purposes, my mom was never far away from a pill. My mom's the Willie Nelson of Vicodin. All right. So that's the thing. She's never far away from it at all. You could cut my mom's hair and then put it in pill form and swallow it and your teeth would go away. All right. That's what would happen. So I when I asked, just the look that she had on her face was like, no, like just this weird, no, who would have that? I go, my mom. You know, eventually in years from now, my mom will be sculpted out of, like, they'll make a giant Vicodin pill and then a sculptor will just chisel my mom out of it. And they'll put it in front of the Vicodin factory as their most loyal customer. Although I think she likes oxycodone better, or OxyContin. Yeah, she likes OxyContin better, I think. She traded up.
Actually, it's trading down. That's the white trash drug.
What? I could be wrong. I think my mom likes whatever. She likes just a handful of it. You know what I think she does? I think she plays them off one another. So like she'll be like, I think I like Oxy now. So then the Vicodin people come around and go, please, Pat, don't do that. We need to keep you on board because they got to stay in fucking business. And they know if they're going to stay in business, they need my mom's goddamn business, because she is all about the Vicodin and the Valium and the Oxy and the Percocets, which are OxyContin but under a different name, I found out. Jill has this medicine in her house. She takes it 4 times for the week. Yesterday, I'm talking to her on the phone. She's in the worst pain she's been in. This started in March. Yesterday, I'm talking to her. This is the worst pain. She's like, honey, I can't. Like, she can't even move. She's at work. And I'm like, well, you should probably go home from work. She's like, I can't. Okay, you can't. She's like, well, I'm just going to be sick here or sick there. It's not like I can do my work. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I mean, again, because again, she's an adult. She knows what her life is like, but I keep trying to micromanage and take care of her. And she's just like, no, I know what to do, but I just want her to lay down. You know what I mean? And put her feet up. Like literally, I want her to just be like an icon from the 50s where she's got an ice pack on her head and a thermometer in her mouth and her feet up and she's laying on a couch. Like that's all I want. And I'll come over and I'll bring 2 cans of chicken soup in the Inquirer and I'll make you better. I promise. Everybody wants tabloids and soup when they're sick. That's right. Then another name? No way. So I said to her, I go, honey, please, just make sure. So then yesterday I said to her, I'm like, honey, you should probably take some pain medicine. And she's like, I'm at work, I can't. So then she gets home, she's like, I'm in such pain. And I go, honey, please, you should probably take some pain medicine. And she's like, I love you. And I was like, I know what that means. I go, but really you should. And I texted, I go, honey, and in quotation marks I just wrote, as needed. It says it right on the bottle. As needed. You need it. Take it now. It's not a crime. This isn't like you just turning down aspirin. I mean, you're in fucking pain. You can barely stand up. I love you. I said, okay. So she had an appointment today with the doctor, and because they couldn't get her in until Wednesday because she doesn't have she didn't have a doctor. Her old doctor, I guess, ran off to the Bahamas or whatever the fuck. And so she wanted to get in Monday, but they had to get her in Wednesday. They said, we can see you Monday or Tuesday, but you will seeing a physician's assistant. And as my mom would say, fuck all that. My mom's like, you want to see the fucking doctor. You don't want to get in there and see some fucking graduate student. And I'm like, all right. And Jill kind of felt the same way, but just less profanely. She's like, yeah, I don't think I want to see an assistant. I'd rather see the doctor. So she was able to tough it out until this morning. So they were bringing her in this morning. They were going to run a battery of tests. And she went in. They have to do, because this is, I should tell you this. They told her at the emergency room she had kidney stones. So she was drinking tons of water and trying to flush it out and all that stuff. And then today she went in for the blood panel workup and everything else. Because, here's the way I look at it. Like I told her, I said, the ER is Jiffy Lube. You go in, they take care of all the surface stuff. They find the thing that they think is wrong. They give you some medicine for it, and they take care of it, and they get you on your way. The doctor, that's the garage. That's where they really get under the hood. They did blood work in the emergency room, but they're doing blood panels at the doctor's office because they want to get to the bottom of it and find out what's wrong. Because, what it is, they found out that she had a fucking kidney stone, and they were like, all right, she got a kidney stone. Well, that's obviously it. Well, go ahead.
I want to know what the difference between blood work and blood panels are.
Get sick. You'll find out. Blood work is where they do that just preliminary thing where they're like, are you pregnant? No. And then and that's it. But then blood panels, they totally delve in. You know what? Here's the difference between blood test and blood panels. Blood test, blood work. Blood work, you could just go into your standard emergency room and go, hey, man, do some blood work. They draw some blood. They run it through a fucking centrifuge, and they're like, yeah, you're okay. Blood panels? You ever see the movie The Thing?
Yes.
Okay. They take your blood, they put it in a petri dish, they put a hot hanger in it, and if it jumps out of the fucking thing, they know how sick you are. Yeah, that's blood panels. And you know what I say about that? You gotta be fucking kidding me. Childs. That's the difference between blood work and blood panels. So she goes in today, and they're gonna. So I said they're gonna really get into the hood, and they're gonna take care of you, and they're gonna figure it all out. And I told her, don't be afraid to take your medicine, all these different things. I'm trying to coach her through and help that she's gonna be okay because she was in so much pain. And so she goes in and sees the real doctor today, and they put her through all these tests. And they got more tests scheduled, and she's just there for like a couple hours, and she had a long chat with the doctor. And they think they know what it is. They're like, well, we don't know for sure, but it's that thing where, and again, fucking, dude, here's the thing about kidney stones. She does have a kidney stone. It still hasn't passed. Like today in the hospital, they're like, yeah, you still have a kidney stone, but then there's the rest of this bullshit we got to worry about. You know what I mean? It's like in the emergency room, they saw kidney stone. They go, oh yeah, that's probably what it is. But now she's still got that and then all this other bullshit on top of it. And kidney stones, by the way, those are the bed bugs of the fucking medical world. Because everybody else, there's medicine for some stuff like kidney stones. Kidney stones, they're like, yeah, man, you got to drink some water and hope it leaves. Like that's like when I had bed bugs. They're like, hey, man, throw everything in garbage bags and put it out in the sun. What the fuck are you talking about? There's nothing more I can do? No, I'm sorry, we can't. Fucking that's what kidney stones are. They're just like, yeah, just hope. Drink and hope. Dude, that's life, period. Drink and hope. That's it. That's trust me, that's Wisconsin in a fucking nutshell. So I started teasing her. I said, I was like, dude, I've been inside you. That guy's not going to get out anytime soon. It's a nice place to be. But I gave him a little voice. Like I was like, and I because every time she'd be like, it's like kind of bubbling. Like I kind of feel it like a little bit more. It's there, but I know it's there, but I can feel it, but it's not moving anywhere. I said, because he's bunked down, man, for the night. And she's like, well, I got to drink some water and flush him out of there. I go, he's just going to get out his little umbrella. He doesn't care. Her kidney stone is a lot like Steamboat Willie. But today she finds out she still has the kidney stone, and then she's got all this other stuff that they don't know what it is. And they give her this warning. They're like, go home. We're going to do more tests tomorrow. But I'll tell you what, if you start to feel jaundiced or you look yellow and you start vomiting, get to the hospital immediately. Like, yes, I would do that anyway. I don't know why I need that warning. If I'm jaundiced or yellow or I'm vomiting, I'm going to the fucking hospital. I'm not a Simpson. So they gave her the blood panels. They gave her 2 tests today. They got tests coming tomorrow. And I was actually considering flying back to be with her when they give her an official diagnosis, because you don't know what it's going to be. I mean, It's certainly a kidney stone, but now there might be jaundice. It could be a gallbladder. It could be her pancreas. But I think that's news you want to get when you have somebody you love sitting next to you with your hand in theirs. And I really think that I might have to fly back. Take her by the hand and walk her into the doctor's office. Sit there strong for her while she squeezes my arm. Waits for the doctor to come in and open up that manila folder and look her right in the eye and say, Jill, your tests have come back. You have burrito disease. You guys can get me at mike@MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You guys can be my friend on Facebook.com/the40year-old-boy. You can follow me at Twitter.com/the40year-old-boy. Our friend David Hernandez does all of the artwork and music for this show. You can find him at artbydmh.com. That's ARTBYDMH.com. Or you can be his friend at Facebook.com/DavidMexHernandez. Hop on board the Mex train before it leaves you at the station. Lily Von Strupp is the producer of this show. She is my great friend and my wonderful confidant, and she runs the Taxman, Task Scam, and every other thing that we need to record this show. You can be her friend at Facebook.com/Lily Von Strupp. You can find her at Twitter, several different accounts, Twitter.com/MNTs, Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest, and Twitter.com/MNTs. Twitter.com/Lily Von Strupp, and Twitter.com/HollywoodBQFest. But if you'd like to write her a personal note and find out why she had to have 4 different costume changes during an audio presentation, you can write her at Lily at burlesque411.com. That's Lily, Lili, at burlesque411.com.
Media and Mex Dog Mafia give you I Will Survive. You'll be awake all night surfing this super 70s soundscape of the 40-year-old boy's worst nightmare.
In the summertime when the weather is high, pack up all your stuff and throw it right outside. Cause you know it's rough. You got bedbugs on your stuff. You got 1, maybe 2, just enough to piss off racist Lou. Staring at my bed all night, waiting for the bedbug bite, and I can't get them out of my bed. No, I can't get them out of my bed. So I'll sleep in my chair instead, 'cause I can't get them out of my bed. I can see them crawling there on my nice clean bed. In my room I can't sleep till I know they're dead. Bedbugs, you better beware if you find them creeping round your underwear. Bedbugs, you better beware if you find them creeping round your underwear. I'm Fernando, I ain't playing. You got bedbugs that need spraying. Spray your mattress, spray your walls, spray your bed, spray your balls. Are they dead? Who can tell? For the bugs hide so well. I'm the Orkin Man. I'm the Orkin Man.
I Will Survive creeps you out with 70s standouts like Tavares, C.W. McCall, Edison Lighthouse, Bill Conti, and even the Fat Boys.
We're not doing the Fat Boys.
Jonathan Edwards.
Bugs go away today. Don't think I can take it. Bugman says I gotta leave my stuff in the sun to bake it. He tells me that I should not freak out. Can't hear what he's saying. Then he pops one and it begins to spout. I gotta get these bed bugs off of me. Little Schmitty's gotta get some DDT. DDT, get some DDT. Little Schmitty gonna sleep in the front room all day long. I gotta get these bed bugs off of me. Little Schmitty's gotta get some DDT. He's got the bed bugs, get some DDT. Little Schmitty gonna sleep in the front room all day long. I gotta get these bed bugs off of me. Little Schmitty's gotta get some DDT. He's got the bed bugs, get some DDT. Little Schmitty gonna sleep in the front room all day long. I gotta get. Mike and Karen had a real nice bed. Owned the thing since before they wed. Then the bed bugs came to play. Now the bed's getting thrown away. Oh, bed bugs. Another story where Mike cried. Oh, bed bugs. Another story where Mike cried. Schmitty, don't fear the bed bugs. Bury your clothes, your walls, and your hair. Don't forget your mattress. Come on, Schmitty, don't fear the bed bugs. Didn't you have fleas? Don't fear the bed bugs. Ain't no reason to cry. Don't fear the bed bugs. Hey, it could be worse.
Your friends' mood rings will be a solid green with envy when they see your copy of I Will Survive, available on a massive 67 album set or one 8-track tape. You know you've got the itch. Go ahead and scratch it. Order today.
Want to remind you folks about the Monday Night Tease every Monday night at the 3 Clubs on Vine at Santa Monica. It is truly the greatest burlesque show in the history of Southern California, nay, the West Coast. Oh my Christ, let's go with the entire United States. You know what? Fuck it. I'm expanding it to North America. Take that, Canada, America's hat. We got burlesque down here that'll kick your maple syrup glugging asses. Chugging? Glugging? Don't be bugging. Yeah.
Who's that from?
That's from the, what, Chugging, Glugging, Don't Be Bugging? That was Biz Marquis' first album.
Okay.
Uh,
I recognize it, but it didn't click.
You got what I need. But you say he's just a friend. You say he's just a friend. Oh, baby, you. So that show, the Monday Night Tease, is I've preached it to the heavens. I've just told you all that it's fantastic, and I mean it, and I've been there, and I love it. You will love it too. It's the greatest. Tickets on sale today, and I happen to know the producer of that show. I don't say these things just because I know the producer. I say these things because they're true. And yet, I also have a personal connection to the producer who's sitting here right now, my friend Lily Von Stupp. Hi, Lily.
Hi.
How's it going there in the expanse of that coat?
It's good. I'm warm.
That is a serious coat. That is all over you.
I'm very warm and very happy.
That coat is like the alien symbiote Venom from the Spider-Man series. It is all over you, clinging to you, but still loose enough to not be an alien symbiote, so I'm not worried.
Would you be worried?
I would be. If I thought you were ensconced in an alien symbiote, I would absolutely be worried for you. But instead, that's just a leopard skin coat. Or is that an actual leopard?
Nope, just the coat.
Leopard skin coat. Let's talk about the Monday Night Tease, which was, who was there this past week? Who was there?
It was Lux and Diamondback Annie's first co-production with me for the third tease.
The third
We
tease.
had a little guy named Prince Poppycock there.
I understand that guy's crazy famous.
He is.
And 8 feet
He
tall, if I saw that
came
properly.
in first runner-up on America's Got Talent. He
Whoa.
won.
Okay. But yeah.
Amazing entertainer, incredible opera voice. Annie and Lux both performed. Who else performed? Hot Cock performed.
Well then.
Burlesque performer, male burlesque performer, and Venus DeMille and Joel of Denial performed.
An amazing show. That was great. I'm sorry I missed it.
It was like a little Velvet Hammer reunion. It was amazing to see so many of that group back together and stage together.
And with Prince Poppycock from television, from your idiot box. He showed up and he was singing to the high rafters. There are no high rafters at the Monday Night Tease, but he brought the house down.
He did.
Well, that's good, and that's a neat get. I like when you get new people that you don't have or you have not had. That's pretty cool.
The third tease show is a little bit different than Monday Night Tease. It's a little more performance art centric. There's a lot of crossover talents into other fields.
I see.
So it's interesting to see the people that will be coming in. We have some drag queens that people may recognize from RuPaul's Drag Race possibly next month.
Oh,
So yeah, it's a fun show.
nice. Now, will any one of them pull out a switchblade and say, "I'm going to cut you, bitch"?
Maybe.
Because every highlight I've ever seen of RuPaul's Drag Race, it's sort of that.
No.
Oh, okay. Will any of them have wigs that go to the ceiling and actually catch on fire with the lights?
Maybe.
That's my guess.
possible.
Yeah. Every time I see those people, they all look like they're made out of frosting.
They are.
You know what I mean?
They're yummy to the core.
I'm sure they are. But they just look like if you walked up to them and you swiped a finger through them, you'd take a chunk out of them. You know what I mean? Like everybody on RuPaul's Drag Race just looks like they're made completely out of marzipan and unicorns. It's fucking amazing.
They are.
Oh, good for them. Well, all right. Well, that's good. That's going to be fantastic. And who's there next week?
Mercy is in town again. Wonderful performer Pearl Lux, award winner. Heather Henderson's performing. Isa LaVamp. Madeline Sinclair is performing. She is just fresh off her win at Viva Las Vegas. She was first runner-up.
She's even more fresh off texting you her boobs.
She did. She texted me a photo of her boobs.
That's what I
will
heard.
share it with you right
Well,
now.
I'm excited. Let's see this.
It's a fucking hot photo.
I happened when I was coming to work today. Here, this is work. Hi.
We did.
Because you had said that because you actually tagged me in it, and you were like, "I'm hoping Mike isn't topless when he gets here," and I was going to type, "What's this about boobs now?" And I was, like literally, and then and take a photo of me with like my shirt kind of like off, just from the chest up, and I go crazy.
We're gonna go all not flash dance. We're gonna go all.
Yeah, like take the collar down a little bit and just go collarbone.
What's your face?
Irene Cara,
Yeah.
Flashdance. But then when I saw that Madeline's like, or we could text them to her, I'm like, well, I'm not going to top that. I mean, I can't.
I had done a lesson with her on tassel twirling, and I said these are perfect placements for pasties for you. So she took a picture of her boobs in the pasties.
Okay.
She sent it to me. Pretty perfect, huh?
That is some good placement.
That is some wonderful pasty placement right there.
That's a lot of
That
peas.
is- Yeah, that's nice.
I venture to say that may have given me a correction. It did not, but that is a fantastic photograph.
Let me check with my foot.
No, ow. I don't know who got hurt worse.
Probably me.
Don't get leopard skin on my cock. All right, so next week's huge, and it's going to be fantastic and fun, and there's amazing Madeline Sinclair, and everybody else is going to be there. Good.
Great show.
By the way, I've I have to be honest. I never thought I would actually refuse leopard skin on my cock. Right? Don't you think that's something you should always just go, yes, please put leopard skin on my cock?
I only use leopard skin condoms.
Really? Oh, all right. Don't say no. I know you don't really use them. Good Christ. Run with it so we can have fun instead of going, no.
Do it because it's stupid.
Okay. Well, I don't appreciate your no.
Well,
All right.
I'm not saying no as in to shut you down comedy-wise as opposed to the yes ands. I just say no because I think it's funny to be like, yes, no,
Well, I know you don't. Well, yeah, but we don't get that interplay. We're not in Vaughnville. You can't be doing that nonsense Abbott and Costello garbage. We're
well,
not.
that's exactly what I do. I am still in vaudeville.
That's true. You are.
You're the one who's not.
No, I've moved on. Look at this medium. Now I'm talking into a stun gun and hoping America can hear it. America, the world, everybody. Look, I have to plug your shirt. I'm so sorry. But when I walked in, she answered the door, and I saw like green and white, and I knew it was, so it's like the Joker, but I saw the face and I kind of recognized it, and I even said to her, I said it's Curious George, but he's got Joker hair and Joker makeup with the red smile painted on it and the wild eyes, and I didn't even see it. All I saw was the green, the white, and the monkey face, and I went, if that shirt says "Why So Curious," I think I might want to marry it. And she just turned around and held it out, and it does. It says "Why So Curious," and I don't know whose that is. I don't know where you got it,
I
but
think it was T Fury.
God damn, it's great.
Yeah.
It just honestly, it's a purple shirt and it's Curious George's face with the fucking green hair and the white and the big red smile, and it says "Why So Curious." It's just fucking awesome. Yeah, so all right, I had to bring it up because it made me laugh. So folks, that leads us into a strong discussion about the Batman versus Superman trailer. No, it does not. I don't want to talk about that because it's not even a trailer yet. I don't know if you saw the Batman Superman trailer. It's not even a trailer. It's just like this weird, murky kind of look at some footage that might be Batman and is definitely Superman. I mean, I don't. There's a scene where Batman walks out of rubble, and then a scene where Batman's wearing like a robot suit, and then Batman talks like he's in Daft Punk. It's like, what the fuck? What are you doing to this show? And Superman has like a legion of people who bow to him. So I guess he's a false god, but he's not. But he's a god on Earth, but he is. And I don't, dude. I don't know why. Why is Superman dark now? He shouldn't be dark. Although he is a murderer. I mean, let's be honest, in that last Superman movie, he killed like 30,000 fucking people. Superman is actually worse. Superman is 15 9/11s. I mean, I can understand why people would be upset at him. If you watch that last Superman movie, his whole thing is, I'm sworn not to kill General Zod, but then he finally kills General Zod. Spoiler alert! And he's all broken up about it. He's like, ah, shit, I can't believe I killed General Zod. And I was pissed about that because that's against canon, certainly. But then when you look at it, he destroys fucking Metropolis to the point where he must have killed 30,000 people. There's just nothing but rubble and bodies. And honestly, you got to make Superman clean that shit up, right? I hope to God he did. He got a super broom and he fucking swept everything up. God damn it. I don't get Superman. I just never have. Again, all of those movies, I can find a flaw in every single one of them. But I love the Christopher Reeve one. Nothing as good as Superman 2. Superman 2 is the greatest with, Kneel Before Zod and the fucking Phantom Zone and all that stuff. By the way, the Phantom Zone is just a cellophane square. Who cares? Nobody cares. Yes.
We're going to see the new Iron Man on the same night, but we're not sitting together, right?
Well, we're seeing the Avengers, certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have my tickets I locked up. Yeah, but we're not sitting with each other.
Here's the thing. The only reason I'm going is Iron Man. I don't give a fuck about the rest of the series.
You
Robert
love
Downey
Thor.
Jr. is awesome.
Yes, he is, clearly. And it's so funny. Tomorrow night, I'm having a double feature with my friend Pat because we're gay. We're going to just sit there and jerk off as we watch Captain America the Winter Soldier and Guardians of the Galaxy. I've never seen them, so I need to see them because I need to have all of the information I need in Avengers 2. I'm being dead serious because they tie everything together, so I want to know what I'm looking for.
Episode 7, can you tell me what happened when
One time you were wearing a green shirt, and then when you went outside, it turned out you were wearing a red shirt. I was watching Iron Man and he was eating a sandwich, and I want to know what was on that sandwich. We have a bet at my clubhouse. Oh my God.
You're this close.
I don't care. That's fine. You know what? For the Marvel movies,
Quarter of an inch away.
for the Marvel movies, I'm in.
Total dork.
But you know what's funny? Like I am sort of, but then at the same time, I know it's not real. Like yesterday on Facebook, well, there was a big deal about how Marvel, I guess, Iceman is now gay. Iceman in the X-Men comic book.
Of course he is.
Well,
all knew that.
but the funny thing, wasn't there like a Family Guy joke where Iceman was gay because there was a trail to a gay porn house? Like,
Everyone knew he was gay.
but Marvel had to know that, so that's why they used the Family Guy joke to make Iceman gay. But the thing is, yesterday people are debating it, and they're like, oh, I wish he would have came out stronger. And I'm just like, dude, he's pen and ink. He's not a real fucking dude. There is no guy who can ride an ice bridge to fucking Nova Scotia. He's not a real dude. I just when people lose, and also, I'll be honest with you, it's a cheat by Marvel. Because if you're going to have your first gay character, how is he not wearing a cape? I'm fucking furious at that. You got so many guys in capes. Make one of them gay.
Just being stereotypical and like racist and bigoted and sexist.
I want my biases confirmed in a gay comic book character. Iceman needs to start wearing a fucking cape.
What colors does he wear?
Well, I don't know. He's kind of bluish and white.
Oh, see, I knew it.
He's a winter.
He's a winter.
Remember that our friend David Hernandez can be found at artbydmh.com. Check out his Guy Cons. Check out all the artwork that he's done and all the music he does for this show. Our friend Ryan Dirks does all of our website. Go to facebook.com/Ryan Dirks or go to ryan.dirks/littleprofiles.com. I think that's it. I'll remember some week. But go find him and be his friend. He had a heifer this week. And because he has, he's Farmer Ryan in his other alter ego. He does our website stuff, but also he lives on a farm. And he like 2 weeks ago, and he's like, we're having a calf. I hope it's a heifer. And then this week he put a picture of himself up and he goes, I knew it. It was a heifer. And I was like, I can't understand how you have flash photography on the farm. You just, this weird photo from the 20s. What the fuck are you doing? Because he also looks like, that's a dude who looks like he just crawled out of a bong. I like Ryan, and I'm glad he's doing our website, and he's very efficient. But he's got like hair down to his ass and just the reddest eyes you've ever seen. It's like, whoa, dude, I don't know what the cash crop is on that farm, but I can guess. So go to all those things and visit all those people. They're the people involved with our show. Max, of course, is the part of the three-headed monster. Lily and I, and then, of course, Ryan is there as well. If you go to MikeSchmidtComedy.com, all sorts of cool stuff there on every single page. Go read a blog from 3 years ago. That's fun. But if you go to the Joe Business page, we got all sorts of cool stuff for you to peruse and buy. We've got our relationship with Tweaked Audio. You can get all the Tweaked Audio autoerotic asphyxiation earbuds and their cockering watches and the rest of their gear. We've got your dirt shirts, shirts. Those are available. We've got my CD, The Big Angry, available to be purchased and signed and possibly listened to if you want to kill an hour and a half of your time, of your life, of your day. We've got downloads. We've got year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and year 6 of this podcast. Those are available individually, or you can get them as part of the Reservoir Schmidt Dogs box set, in which case you're getting Mr. Blonde, Mr. White, Mr. Pink, Mr. Orange, Mr. Brown, and Mr. Blue, I believe in that order of the years. So go ahead and grab those. That'd be fantastic. We would love that very much. We've got the, of course, the Schmidt Alive 2 download from last year's Podfest. Now, I'm hearing from a lot of people out there as we get into April. Hey, Mike, are you doing the 2015 Los Angeles Podcast Festival? Here's my answer. I got no idea. I usually don't have an idea until the night before the podcast festival. That seems the way they do it with me. They're announcing shows all the time. So they've announced like Never Not Funny and Mark Maron and Jackie Cation. All these shows are coming back. I have not been asked. So you guys who write me and ask me, thank you so much for your interest. I do appreciate that. You should probably channel your interest and your requests to Graham Elwood or Chris Mancini or Andy Wood or Dave Anthony. They are the organizers of the festival, and they are the ones who decide who is admitted and who can come and perform. And you would do best asking them than asking me, because I have no fucking clue. I hope so. That would be cool. And I know a lot of you fly in specifically to see me, which is really neat, but you probably need to ask them if you're going to be planning your travel and all that kind of stuff, because they know a lot more than I do. And also, please remember, we've got the other Amazon link at MikeSchmidtComedy.com. You can click on that and get to our Amazon store and click to the real Amazon and buy some stuff, and we get credit, and thank you so much. That's really cool. Thank you for using our Amazon link. That's great. It helps us out. So that's shirts, that's downloads, that's CDs, that's Amazon, that's Tweaked. And also donate to the show. You can click on the little Schmitty on every page. He's in the upper left-hand corner of every page, but on the Joe Business page, he's down by little hobo Schmitty. Lurking on the bottom of the page, click on that, and you can donate individually. Individual donations are accepted. Thank you so much. Or you can donate monthly, $2 a month, $5 a month, $10 a month, or $25 a month. Thank you so much. And I'll go ahead and say it right now. Thank you, Simon Glynn. You've donated for a long time, and unfortunately, it turns out that you no longer are donating to the show, but thank you so much for all of the support you've given us up to this point. I don't know why I'm saying Simon's last name. I don't know if he wants this out here. Maybe we edit this out. Maybe we take this out. I probably shouldn't say Simon's name, but I'm going to stop talking about it now, so you know what to do later, Lily, if you think about it.
Try.
All right, but Simon, thank you so much for all your support. Please know that a lot of people have written and they've said, hey, Mike, when are you performing live? Well, right now there's only one show on the books, folks. And I can tell you that 5 of you care because you bought tickets. It would be so great if more of you bought tickets to come and see me at Stage 55 in Phoenix, Arizona on Saturday night, May 16th. The show, I believe, is at 7:30. I will be in Phoenix. I'll be excited. I'll be at the pool during the day, of course, because that's how I do things. I get there, I get my little reflector out, and I bask in it so I can have some color on stage. And then I take the stage and I do a show about what? Who knows? I don't know what I'll talk about. It all depends on what kind of adventures I have in Phoenix. Or perhaps I'll bring out something from my past. Who knows, folks? We'll all enjoy it together. And by all, I mean some. And by some, I mean almost none. Buy some tickets, folks. Right now, I got my friend Larry, and he's a +1. And I got Dylan. And then I got another couple who probably don't want me to say their names. But if anybody wants to come and fill up a few of those seats, because it's a small theater, but I'll tell you what, it's going to look remarkably large with only 5 people in the audience. So why not buy some goddamn tickets and check me out? I picked Phoenix because when I went there the last time, I had like 45 people. It was awesome. And so I was like, well, you know what? It's close to me and I can sell out a few tickets and that'll be good. And we are 1/9 of the way there, folks, to getting what I had last time. So please buy some tickets and check me out and let me know that I'm doing live shows for a reason. That'd be cool. And look, I understand I'm not a big tour. I don't have a lot of pyrotechnics. Although maybe that's what I should do. I should put some pyrotechnics into the actual show.
I can loan you a confetti cannon.
Oh my God. See, you should not say that because then I will use it and fire it at will.
Psh, we'll be here soon.
No.
The look on your face.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Just disappear? God damn it. I should do it in Phoenix. You know what? I'm going to do that in Phoenix at the beginning of the show. I walk out. There's 5 dudes. Just gone. Adios. Meet me in the parking lot. Let's have a hamburger. Let's go to that fucking Heart Attack Cafe or whatever the fuck they got in Phoenix. Let's just do that. You know what? I shouldn't even do a fucking show in Phoenix because Jill is coming with me and Jill, and then everybody. We should just, the 5 of us or the 7 of us now should all go just to that. What's that Casa Bianca? What's the really good pizza place in Phoenix? It's supposedly one of the best pizza places in the country. Yeah, we should just do that, man. Let's just go have pizza. Fuck a show, and I'll regale you with tales of my life over food. That's fun. God damn it! What if I could book myself for that? I'm just gonna come to town and have dinner with 5 people. Holy God.
Dinner tour.
Yeah, I would do. You know what? I would fucking do that. Fugazi played living rooms. Why can't I play kitchens?
So you'll just book restaurants instead of
Fugazi played living rooms. I want to play dining rooms. That's the plan, man. I'll just show up and we'll have like a dinner party. What if I did that? Holy shit! What if I just you guys had dinner parties and invited me and I just was like charming at the dinner table?
dinner with the 40-year-old boy? I'm setting up that Indiegogo.
Fuck that. That's on the Kickstarter. That's got to be a tier on the Kickstarter, right? Where I come to dinner at your house, but
Just make that the tour.
you go. Oh my God, how great would that be? I love it. You know what? We're out of the box. We're doing it. Let's fucking do that. Let's fucking make it where I just go have dinner at people's houses. How awful is that for people? They have to cook dinner for me. No, it's cool that I show up and I talk, but then they make spaghetti and I hate it.
Catered.
No, they got to cook, motherfucker. I'm not coming to their house for a catered dinner.
Paying you to come and they have to cook for you.
I'm on a home cooked meal, motherfucker. I'm coming to your house, cook it up. Put your kids to bed, get a sitter or something. I'm coming to your place and we're all hanging out. And then afterwards, we'll turn on the lights and get high. Yeah, man. Let's get baked. By the way, let's not get baked. Let's bake. I'll show up and we'll make fucking cookies. I'm in. Let's make cupcakes. Dude, it's like when fucking Seth and Brandy took me and we had to go to Cake Boss's house. Just take me to somebody's fucking joint and we'll fucking make stuff. That'll be genius. I love it. Yeah, but look, I don't have pyrotechnics, certainly. I don't have a big kind of production, and I don't have some sort of show where I'm going up on stage and I'm making people watch me light bombs. And look, I'm not that guy. I should be. I'd probably sell a lot more than 5 tickets if I could somehow work out a pyrotechnic show. But I got to tell you this, man. I just got an email. I don't know if you know this, folks. Look, let's talk about it for just a second. Motley Crue. You know who Motley Crue is, right? Motley Crue is a metal band from the 80s, and they're on what they're calling their farewell tour. All right, so Motley Crue is out, and I just got an email, and it had the final leg of the Motley Crue farewell tour. It had the dates for the final leg of the Motley Crue farewell tour, and I looked at it, and Motley Crue, their last 3 shows as a band, until they have to pay their mortgages, their last 3 shows as a band are in the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And they're like December 29th, 30th, and 31st. So they're playing New Year's Eve, 2015, is their last show ever as Motley Crue. And, you know, we all joke about their fucking bullshit farewell tour and they'll come back and but I mean, dude, when you think about it, because Motley Crue they are fucking scumbags. Like the whole band is just 4 terrible, terrible dudes. But they're playing the Staples Center for 3 nights to close out their fucking career. How amazing is that? What a triumph that is for 4 junkies who should all be dead. But now they've come back strong and they're closing it out at the Staples Center. They used to play at the Whiskey for 5 people. Like I'm playing in Phoenix for 5 people. They played the Whiskey for 5 people, and now they're playing fucking Staples Center for 3 nights. And here's what I think, really, because honestly, that band is what a freak show that band is. The bass player, Nikki Sixx, literally died, and then was brought back to life. The lead singer, Vince Neil, got fat and thin and made a porn tape and killed the lead singer of another band in a car accident. He killed Razzle from Hanoi Rocks. Or that might have been the drummer. I don't know who the fuck Razzle is. I just know that, I like the gum. So he was in a fucking car and he killed a dude. Vince Neil has killed a dude. Nikki Sixx killed himself. Vince Neil killed a dude. Mick Mars is a human statue. And that's not even an exaggeration or a joke. Mick Mars has a bone disease that is fusing him into a human statue. They have to wheel him out on a dolly Lecter style for him to play guitar in these fucking shows. And he does it. He fucking does it. They still make the stage. These 4 junkies who hit the top of their fucking industry. And Tommy Lee, he's got a big cock and he killed a kid in his pool. We know that about him. So there you go. Tommy Lee killed a kid, Vince Neil killed a guy, Nikki Sixx killed himself, and Mick Mars killed Natural Movement. The 4 of them are together on stage at Staples Center playing their final farewell show. Here's the plan, dude. Kill yourselves. Seriously, at midnight on fucking New Year's Eve, your final show, get together, do your bows, and all of them should put a bullet in their fucking head as a final farewell. Wouldn't it fit them? Because they're scumbags, all these terrible things they've done in their life. I am rooting for Motley Crue to absolutely fucking kill themselves on stage at the end of the show. You will be talked about forever. You will be legends for the rest of your lives. If you came out, you did this farewell tour, Alice Cooper, bombs, explosions, fucking Tommy Lee and his spinning drum bullshit, Nikki Sixx, and look, 6 a.m. is a great album, that's fine. I'm sure we won't get that work going forward, but so what? Vince Neil owns an arena football team. I mean, think about these guys. Again, they were junkies. They were junkies who used to go down on fat girls to get their fucking liquor bills paid. That's who they were. And now they're at the Staples Center and they're killing. Go read The Dirt. Go read their fucking book and read the horrible things that they did. Fucking, they made a groupie call her mom to say she wouldn't be coming home with the phone inside of another groupie. That's who they were as guys. So I think they owe it to America. They owe it to their fans. They owe it to the fucking world to finish that show on New Year's Eve on 2015 and get up, take their bows, and all of them fucking eat a fucking lead salad right in front of everybody and done. Adios. Just fucking kill yourselves because you will be the greatest story ever told in music history. If you fucking check out right there, because Nikki, don't fucking hang on. You guys are 60 years old or whatever the fuck. Vince can't sing anymore. He owns an arena football league team. Again, Nikki's probably out taking his kid trick-or-treating. I know you got kids and you got families and you want to pretend like you care about them, but you guys, if you're really the rock and roll scumbags, the fucking outlaws that you claim to be, kill yourselves on stage on fucking New Year's Eve 2015. Just fucking end it. Even if you let Alice Cooper hang you, that's even better because then Alice Cooper's a goddamn legend. He comes out with that fake guillotine, everybody thinks it's phony, and then the four of you hang from the neck until dead. Ah, god damn it. Oh, even better. What if fucking Alice Cooper hangs you guys, you're almost dead, and Clint Eastwood shoots all 4 ropes and you land and you're fine. God damn it. Good, the bad, and the ugly. That would fit in perfectly with you 3 guys because Nikki Sixx is the good, Vince Neil's the fucking bad, Mick Mars is the terribly ugly, and Tommy Lee's just a guy who killed a kid in his pool and has a big cock. Show is not surgical at all. You know what it is? Actually, it's surgery. This show is surgery performed with a helicopter. That's what it is. It's like there's no delicate knife strokes and there's no intricate cuts. It is just a fucking guy getting tossed into a propeller and there's blood and guts and viscera all over the goddamn place. But eventually, we'll get his liver out. It's gonna happen. Look, you can't solve everything in 2.5 hours in a stripper's kitchen, folks. That's clean and sharp. Clean and sharp.